So it goes without saying that we as a fan base loved Itachi as a character in the anime, but have you ever wondered who did Itachi love himself? Well, in this video we will cover Itachi's romantic love and how it ended with Izumi Uchiha. In an interview when Kishimoto was asked, did Itachi have a girlfriend? He reacted with eh? And then said that he probably did, since Itachi was a very popular guy in school and just in the village in general. But unfortunately, Kishimoto didn't give too much heed to Itachi's actual love story in the anime, but instead he let his accomplice Takashi Yan write it out in his original story Itachi Shinden, which was approved and also illustrated by Kishimoto himself. In the first Itachi Shinden Book of Bright Light, there are less signs of Itachi and Izumi's relationship, but the atmosphere between the two was planted. First, let's get to know Uchiha Izumi. Who is she? Well, Izumi was described as a kind and considerate girl for an Uchiha. She had long brown hair with dark brown onyx eyes, and she was pretty badass tomboyish type girl. Her father died during the nine-tailed demon fox attack on Konoha, and this led to the awakening of her sharingan, which was even earlier than Itachi's awakening, but due to her chakra intake, Izumi fainted from the awakening. After her father's death, Izumi was traumatized and she always blamed herself for it. Since then, she decided to live up to her father's example by becoming stronger, so she could help others like her father did. Because of this, Izumi never really fell into the curse of hatred that the Uchiha have and the story follows, unlike most of the other Uchiha clan members. However, like Itachi and Shisui, she did appear to distrust the rest of her clan. In the anime, it was said that she had advanced taijutsu aptitude. She was really good at taijutsu. It was implied that Izumi was a skilled kunoichi for graduating a year earlier than others. She was a very skilled female ninja. So in Izumi's early academy days, she learned that she would be classmates with Itachi Uchiha, where she became infatuated with him. She wanted recognition from him, and eventually she earned his acceptance when she defended Itachi from older academy students like Tenma Uzumo, one of Itachi's future teammates, who was jealous of Itachi's advanced skills. And it's just to note, Itachi could have handled his own, but Izumi felt the need to intervene. The two started to get to know each other and later became close friends. Although during that time, Itachi and Izumi being an item wasn't official, however there was a couple of suggestions that they had feelings for each other. There is a scene where Shinko Inari, a former teammate of Itachi Uchiha, teases Itachi about Izumi being his girlfriend. Initially, this was just seen as a playful banter, which laid out a scope of what Itachi's friends and what other peers thought of the two being together. They probably made a good couple even at a young age. Eventually, Izumi and Itachi were seen as a couple by everyone and many of their peers and teammates and friends and family. Itachi and Izumi also had a couple of disagreements. When she was 11 years old, for example, and about to graduate early, Izumi and Itachi stopped at a tea shop for a rest, where Itachi's former teammate Shinko Inari was now a waitress at. Here, Itachi questioned Izumi on her desire to grow stronger. She explains her desire to get stronger is to help others and it is inspired from her father's sacrifice. But Itachi's insistence to her abandoning her resolve made her cry and she left. In the second Itachi Shinden Book of Dark Night, Itachi's feelings and thoughts for Izumi was showcased in further detail. The events that was taking place in Itachi's life didn't leave him room for a true relationship with Izumi because he was always with the Black Ops and doing distant missions and he was kind of a spy. And why Itachi distances himself from his loved ones is to basically so they don't have to carry out the burden which was fated for him. During the Uchiha clan downfall, Itachi came to Izumi to begin the massacre. So during the Uchiha clan downfall, which Itachi had to do, Itachi came to Izumi Uchiha first to begin the massacre with her, as he was told by Danzo that he could only spare his little brother Sasuke Uchiha. In his heart, he had decided to start the massacre of Izumi, believing that ending her life first would subdue his inner doubts, and he proceeded to kill her and her mother first. He thought as though if he can kill her first, then his feelings for everyone else would be subdued and he wouldn't have to think about it as much. So what Itachi did is lure her mother away from her, and Itachi approached Izumi and placed her in an extremely powerful Tsukuyomi by putting all of his focus into this genjutsu. It's probably one of the most powerful Tsukuyomis he has ever done in his entire ninja life. In 1 second of real world time, Izumi lived over 30 years inside Tsukuyomi genjutsu which Itachi placed on her. Itachi formed this genjutsu exactly to his desired image. He planned it out well. He planned this genjutsu to have peace in the village of Konoha. The clan is also peaceful and tranquil. Itachi is free from all of his suffering and all of his burdens. Izumi is beside him smiling. Izumi is following his footsteps, also turning Chunin at this time, and in this time Itachi has already reached the Jonin rank, so he's making a dream these things in a genjutsu. Itachi then gives Izumi a promise ring, and Izumi retires from being a shinobi, and then they have a wedding and they get married to each other, and then the birth of their children happens, and then they raise their children together as well. He made this the strongest genjutsu where they have kids together. It's kind of like the movie Inception, right? So the departure of their children, Izumi and Itachi, they experience all of this. Izumi grows older, and from the time they came to know each other, 70 years had passed. They lived 70 years with each other, and she experienced all of this of loving him. Both their hair had gone completely white, essentially. Izumi falls ill, and Itachi cares for her for the rest of their life until she's about to die. Itachi breaks his genjutsu. This is the time when he breaks it. Her mind was departed from reality in such a manner that Izumi collapsed into Itachi's arms, dying. Izumi thanked Itachi for giving her the life she always wanted to have with him, and Itachi thanked her for loving him as she passed away peacefully. For Izumi, she died experiencing the life she always wanted with Itachi, whether or not it was real or fake. So alright guys, that's the end of the video. You can wipe your tears, you can get your tissue, you can do whatever you want. Make sure you smash that like button if you want us to cover a bit more about Itachi, as we are covering his Tsukuyomi jutsu later on in more detail. And leave a comment below, what was your favorite Itachi moment in the anime? I'd say for me is when he freaking told Sasuke that he was wrong. He was wrong in not telling him everything and burdening everything himself. He should have relied on Sasuke. When Itachi self-reflected like that and told him, yeah, I fucked up and it was my mistake, I just liked the character even more, because that's what I was thinking. If I was Itachi, I'll be like, I should have told Sasuke, I should have told everyone this is what Konoha are planning. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time as always, and follow our social media, and here's our second channel if you want to check it out as well. See ya.